62.
This is Scott Kaplan and Crew Tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio. SoCal Sports Talk. Here's Scott Kaplan, Alex Padilla, and John Browner.
Hey, great friends, what's happening? Today is Wednesday. It is June 1st. This is Kaplan and Crew. We broadcast from the 7 Mile Casino Studios, 7milecasino.com, and we will be at 7 Mile Casino tomorrow evening. Dinner is at 6:30. I figure, Alex, what do you think, man? Maybe like 90 minutes for dinner or so? 90 minutes, maybe 2 hours?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just going with the flow, man.
I guess what I'm saying is that probably by about 8:30 tomorrow evening, I could see myself sitting in the casino and playing blackjack in a completely smoke-free environment. And my son said to me, he goes, Dad, can we play some blackjack tomorrow night after this dinner? And I said, well, we can. You probably can't. He said, well, why can't I? Well, you ain't got no money.
Oh, yeah. Well, what if he gets 20? Is he getting $25 worth to play?
Well, I think that in everybody's swag bag from 7 Mile Casino, I think there's like T-shirts in there, and there's definitely like a $25 free play sort of promotional thing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he's like, well, what about the $25? And I actually didn't know. I'm like, well, you may have to put $25 down and then they match it. I'm not really sure you just walk up to the table with this $25 gift card. I really don't know yet. I guess we'll find out tomorrow.
Listen, man, there's certain things on this show I just can't let slide.
Okay.
You told your son he doesn't have any money.
Mm-hmm.
Yet he's coming there to work for you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. In addition to that, grandma and grandpa going, and he ain't got $25. Come on, dog.
Yeah.
Come on, dog.
He is coming to work for us
right there.
He is coming to work for us tomorrow night, because I said to him, I go, look, Browner and Alex, they're going to be sitting at the table. They're going to be hanging out with everybody. We need somebody to do our social media tomorrow night while we're at this dinner. So I got my son working for us tomorrow night. So yeah, he may have a couple bucks to lose.
Yeah. Grandma and grandpa alone, that 25 a piece.
Yeah. Tomorrow is probably the only time I do wish it was a non-smoke-free environment, because I have these cigars that I didn't get a chance to smoke from the bachelor party that I would really like to get rid of.
Okay, well, we could smoke them. I mean, I don't really smoke cigars, but for your birthday and for your bachelor party, I might consider smoking a cigar. What if we smoked them outside? Which I don't even know if you can smoke.
Yeah,
I don't know if you can smoke them.
I'm not taking smoke. I'm not taking smoke to the 7 Mile Casino.
You know why?
Because it's a smoke-free environment.
Yeah, well, that's number one. The second reason is because you don't want that smoke.
Yeah, I don't want to bring that smoke.
Yeah.
I do want that smoke. I just don't want to bring that smoke.
Oh, so you want the smoke?
Oh, dude, you know what?
What?
You know what? Sometime this week, I'll treat you to a drink at 7 Grand. They have a cigar smoking area. You can smoke a cigar in there, man.
Okay.
I know exactly what you're talking about. I've been in there before.
All right, so let me just tell you guys what's going on here. You said, speaking of that smoke,
Sunio?
No. I wanted to talk more about Tommy Pham and Joe Pederson, because this story.
Oh, throw somebody else, throw another log on that fire.
This is becoming.
Now Browner really loves Tommy Pham.
Yeah, I'm ready.
This is becoming a more bizarre story than I realized. So when Tommy Pham walks up to Joe Pederson, for those of you that don't know the story, I'll start from the beginning. We all remember Tommy Pham, the Padre player. He walked up to Joe Pederson, because now Tommy Pham plays for the Reds. Joe Pederson plays for the Giants. And Tommy Pham, in the Cincinnati Reds home ballpark, as the two teams are on the field just going through pregame warmups, Tommy Pham walks up to Joe Pederson and smacks him right in the face.
Deservedly so.
It's like head.
Deservedly so.
And so Pederson comes out and tells everybody his side of the story from the beginning. He's like, yeah, he smacked me. He wasn't like, I'm going to get that guy, or I'm going to kick his ass when I see him next. It was like, yeah, he just walked up to me and smacked me. And I was like completely caught off guard. And wait, it's about fantasy football from last year. And then Tommy Pham gets suspended for 3 games by Major League Baseball. And now it's turned into the media is standing around Joe Pederson. He's literally reading text messages from last year. And then they go to Tommy Pham and they ask him what's going on. And he tells the story of, don't be disrespecting me and my team last year, talking about the Padres. And according to the latest reports, Apparently, Tommy Pham said in a text message to the entire group, when I see him, I'm going to pimp slap him. But moreover, now Tommy Pham blames Mike Trout for the whole situation because it's Trout's fault for being a crappy fantasy football commissioner. As a matter of fact, according to Pham, the worst fantasy football commissioner in the history of fantasy football. Go ahead, Alex. Read what Tommy Pham had to say. The expert in Muay Thai, Tommy Pham.
Trout did a terrible job, man. Trout is the worst commissioner in fantasy sports because he allowed a lot of stuff to go on, and he could have solved it all. I don't want to be the effing commissioner. I've got other stuff to do. Trout didn't want to do it. We put it on him, so it's kind of our fault too because we made him commissioner.
Okay, so it's Trout's fault, but it's also your fault. So whose fault is it, and why does one person think he has the right to walk onto a baseball field and just smack another guy? I'm telling you right now, somebody got to me yesterday on Twitter, and they're like, "You had so much outrage for the whole Chris Rock, Will Smith situation. Everybody's just laughing at this Jock Pederson, Tommy Pham thing." I'm like, "Not me. I'm not laughing at it. I look at Tommy Pham the exact same way I look at Will Smith. Who the hell are you to put your hands on me over fantasy football and a group of professional baseball players in a group text just teasing each other? Really? Really? You just have the
No, he effed with his money. Remember?
Oh, he
Don't
did?
forget that. Don't forget that.
Oh, right.
That's the most important point.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You effed with my money, huh?
Because I would say if I had to choose on who had more reason, I would say Pham had more reason than Will Smith.
Right.
You
Clearly.
F with a man's money. That's not just a joke anymore. That's not just ribbing. You're messing with the buy-in was 10K.
Yeah, but and if you came in last in the whole thing, you had to put in another 10K. So my question is this: what did Jock Pederson do that messed with his money other than tease him because the Padres were falling apart last year? What don't I know?
There was very little explanation about the IR designation and their rules. But here's what I'm assuming. When a player goes on IR, it doesn't mean they're out for the season anymore. They could be out for up to 6 weeks. So a lot of guys, like say Christian McCaffrey this year, he went on the IR. So a lot of guys who had him on his team, they didn't drop Christian McCaffrey because in 6 weeks he might come back. So they put him on the IR slot on your roster. And I know this is going way over your head, Scott, because you don't play fantasy football.
Well, but I'm just trying to understand because if I'm Mike Trout and I've got a $400 million contract, and I like playing fantasy football. I like having a group text with all my buddies. I mean, I was surprised to see, I think Hosmer was in this league. Machado was in the league. I think I saw Moustakas.
How did Trout and Jock get in this league?
Right, right. And Trout, Jock Pederson. How Tommy Pham? I mean, I guess Tommy Pham may have been invited. Right. So, maybe Manny Machado or Hosmer says, "Yo, you want to get in?"
Yeah.
But how is Mike Trout, Manny Machado, Eric Hosmer, Mike Moustakas, Tommy Pham, Jock Pederson? What's the connection how are these guys all connected that they're playing in a fantasy football league? And if I'm Trout, I'm not being the fantasy football league commissioner guy. Like, let's hire somebody to do that. I got $400 million contract.
Yeah, so you clearly don't play fantasy football because it's not that big a deal. I mean, Browner did it last year. As bad as he was, he did it.
Whoa,
Who's worse, Trout or Browner?
I'm not in the Trout league.
Well, I'll ask you this question on who's worse. Did anybody get slapped in our league? No.
No, that's true.
We did have guys quit after 4 weeks.
Well, they thought they were going to lose.
Who's that?
I don't know, the guy on the bottom of the screen.
Yep.
Me? I quit?
Yeah, you did.
You forgot about the league until the last week of the season when you played Browner.
Dude, I'm just not into it. Exactly. I just don't like fantasy football, and I don't like fantasy baseball.
And yet
I'm not
still sign up, and you still ruin the league.
I've ruined another league. I've ruined another league here recently as well.
Yeah, like Tommy Pham might slap you.
And
because you're the kind of guy who doesn't set their lineup, gives a team that's trying an easy win, and now you're messing with Tommy Pham's money.
That's true.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if that's what Jock Pederson did.
He didn't. It's a very technical thing that Jock Pederson did. He left someone on the IR who was already off the IR, but you can stash him there. You don't have to. Once he's off the IR, you don't have to move him. I think that's where Pham was getting pissed. Like, bro, you got an extra slot because you're not moving that guy out of the IR slot.
Well, did it really mess with Pham's money?
Clearly.
Jock probably beat him that week. So that's what I'm assuming.
So what's the problem? If he played
I
by
don't
the
know.
rules,
I'm not
what's
in
the
the league.
problem?
I don't know.
Oh, well, you know,
Well,
you're a smart
no,
fantasy football guy.
Pham is pissed that Trout allowed that.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. Do you suspect, and by the way, we should check the schedule because I doubt that there's no way Cincinnati and Anaheim play this year.
There's
LA.
a
Sorry.
chance.
Sorry, Artie
Unless you
Moreno.
don't want
There's no way.
anyone to come to the game, yeah.
By the way, the
If
Angels might
Dude.
leave Anaheim.
That would
Dude.
have the least attendance in the history of a baseball game this year.
Which game would have the least attendance? Cincinnati versus the Angels?
Cincinnati versus Anaheim in Cincinnati. No one would go to that.
Well, I mean, somebody would go.
I mean, yeah, they get 100 people. So you're right. You're right. They probably get about 120.
Well, all I know is this. Let me ask you a question.
Excuse me.
Do you suppose that Tommy Pham, in a face-to-face interaction,
The closest they get is Cleveland.
Give it to me.
do you suspect that Tommy Pham plans to pimp slap Mike Trout? Because in the end, while he's upset with Jock Pederson because, hey, bro, I don't know you well enough for you to be saying this stuff to me and disrespecting me in this group text. I don't know you like that. Okay. Now, I didn't see Manny Machado go smack Jock Pederson because, you know, he was with the Padres and he was disrespected by Jock Pederson's GIF. And I didn't see anybody else from the Padres going after Jock Pederson because they were so offended by what he said in a GIF last year.
Job.
Folks got to know they role, bruh. Folks got to know they role. Tommy Pham's role is the enforcer, league enforcer, team enforcer. So he was enforcing.
And there was a difference.
Jock up.
There was a difference in the way he was talking about Jock because he don't know Jock. And now because there's no video, but the Athletic said he was like smiling and smirking the whole time as he was talking about Trout because he's probably cool with Trout.
Right.
So I don't think Pham's going to be slapping Trout because he was saying like Pham was blaming Trout, but like in a
joking
with
way.
a smile on his face in a joking way.
Okay.
He don't know Jock, and that was I think A, that pissed him off. He doesn't know Jock, and then B, Jock did some shady stuff in the fantasy lineup.
Was it shady?
No, according to Pham. This is my Pham. I'm now Tommy Pham.
No, hey, you're doing a really good Pham, by the way.
Yeah. And that's what happened.
Well, dude, let me say this. I do understand when you don't really know somebody and they think that they can tease you, bust your balls, poke fun, whatever. Like, I understand that part of it. Like, hey, man, I don't really know you. You know, like I can remember I was at a house party one time. It's not that long ago, as a matter of fact. And I'm sitting there with this guy who owns this house and this other gentleman who, by the way, I know is a listener to the show. And I didn't know it back then, by the way. And so we're sitting there and he had this like thing he kept saying over and over again. He's like, man, if you say anything, I'll kick your ass, man. If you say anything, I will kick your ass. And it wasn't a real threat. Like, I'm going to physically assault you. It was just the way he talked. And he thought he was like amongst friends, you know? And so we were sitting there having this conversation. Like, dude, this is private. This is between us. If you say anything, I'm going to kick your ass. Okay. Like, finally, the guy who owned the house, he says to him, he goes, hey, man, would you please stop saying that you're going to kick my ass? Because it's making me feel like we're going to get into a fight, you know? And I was like, and I said, I'm kind of glad you said that because, bro, like, I know, like, we kind of know each other, but not really that well. Like, so I don't like it when people who you don't know feel that comfortable that they think they can bust your balls that way. But it's Jock Pederson. I'm a major league player. You're Tommy Pham. You're a major league player. There's a whole group chat going on here of all of our peers and colleagues. We're all in the same league. And I'm now teasing Manny Machado, Eric Hosmer, Tommy Pham. Was there any other Padre guys in there?
I don't even know where you heard those names. I haven't read that.
Yeah, I read those. So I didn't hear them. I read them. Now, I believe everything I read. So, of course, I believe this.
Of course.
But when the Padres are falling apart and they're the swag chain team and they were the overhyped team of last season, et cetera, and Jock Pederson, who was with the Dodgers at the time, is like sending them gifs, not saying, Manny, you suck. Tommy Pham, you're the worst hitter in the history of the game. Hey, Eric Hosmer, they should have traded you. He's not saying stuff like that. He's sending a gif. And so why this pissed off Tommy Pham, it's hard for me to understand I think I understand that he's nuts. Tommy Pham is crazy.
Well, that we can all agree on.
There's a way that you act with a person in person than you do on text. Like this person who you were at this house with, and they kept saying they were going to kick somebody's ass. Like people don't often say that to me that I don't know. Like people don't talk to me like that because I don't tolerate it. Like the second I get a sniff of someone getting a little sideways that I don't like, hey bro, nope, not the one. Not the one. You don't know me like that.
I think the reason why Browner defends Pham is because he's more like Pham than we know.
Yeah.
Like
right.
Browner, I saw him have road rage, and he would have got off the car and fought a truck driver over really what I thought was absolutely nothing. Like I saw that with my own eyes in the car with him, and I was like, "This is a lot ridiculous right now." Like, but I'm not going to say anything. This is Browner's car. He's driving. Do whatever he wants. If he gets off and fights his truck driver, I'm going to record it. Like that's what I'm here for. Right.
Content.
Right. So I think that's why like
Landscape.
Browner is way more Pham. Like I'm more Jock. If he's like, I'm more of a trash talker. Like if you're going to be in my fantasy group, I'm going to talk trash about you. That is what fantasy football, on top of playing fantasy football, we're not playing. We're talking trash. We're having a good time. And if you're going to be a little biatch about it, you're going to be all sensitive. Like, bounce, dude.
And he did. And he did. And to his credit, I
bet you Jock thought it was over right there. He's like, all right, it's done. But Tommy Pham is such a freaking nut job with anger management issues on the spot. That's kind of Browner.
Think about how
I'm not saying you have anger management issues, but if you have a grudge against someone and you're like, when I see you, I will see you. Like that's way more Browner.
Dude,
like,
but think about the premeditation, though.
8 months,
right?
You should run out, right?
Right. At some point,
that's what y'all don't understand.
Yeah, Tommy Pham left the Padres. He's with a new team, and and Joe Pederson left the Dodgers, and he's with a new team. And Tommy Pham is still looking for him.
I'm gonna tell you this right now: if Tommy Pham would have signed with the Giants, that situation would have had to been worked out before he signed with the Giants.
Didn't Jock win the World Series last year? Wasn't he on the Braves?
Oh, you know what? You may be right. You may be right.
Maybe Tommy Pham is jealous.
No, I think you're exactly right. I think he got traded.
Right. Because not only was Jock talking trash about the NL West and how Tommy's team collapsed, but then Jock went on and won the World Series.
So when you win the World Series and you're
twice,
on one of the best teams,
back-to-back years, the Mickey Mouse one, and last year.
He won with the Dodgers in the shortened season.
Yeah.
And then I don't even know how, I don't recall it. It's so funny you say this. I don't recall him going to the Braves, but there were a couple of big games that he had in the postseason last year. Now that you mention it, but
yeah, he went from the Cubs to the Braves midseason.
Oh, from the Cubs to
two-time World Series champ, back to
so
back.
I bet you he's talking trash because he just won back-to-back World Series, and Tommy Pham, he wasn't having it.
Dude, I'll pimp slap him. That's what he said. That's what he told everybody in the group chat.
How did Tommy Pham never fight in the Padres clubhouse? Like, how did that never happen?
The same way Charles Oakley never fought on his team, because
the guys just.
So you're saying that everybody in the Padres clubhouse knew? Don't mess with him. He's nuts.
They knew. He ain't to be trifled with. I'm
no,
telling
I get it.
100%.
I get it. But how
he ain't to be trifled with?
But how didn't he go after somebody? I mean, he kind of did on Kim, kinda. And a coach, but
see,
but what I'm saying
setting
is
examples. When people thought it was softening up, he got on Kim.
Dude, let's go full circle.
Mm-hmm.
What if Tommy Pham wanted to beat up Jay Singler? What if Tommy Pham was the biggest cancer in the clubhouse? With his,
let me throw another thing at you.
Yes.
What if he pimp slapped somebody outside of Pacers that night, and that's why he got stabbed in the back?
Well,
what if somebody was messing with his money inside of Pacers?
What I can tell y'all is,
what if somebody disrespected that brother inside Pacers?
When you run into another person who will not tolerate disrespect, this is how you get stabbed. Because there are a lot of us out there, and so when one unfortunately,
those of us who don't tolerate disrespect and will stab you, those of us,
some of us run into other of us, and that's when you have to make a determination.
How has Browner not slapped us?
Hey, Browner, tomorrow you're not going to touch me at all, are you?
I'm not
tomorrow night at 7 Mile Casino.
What?
I mean, you don't feel like I'm on your list. So you don't have you're not like holding some grudge against me for something a year ago or so that you're like, when I see you, I'm gonna pimp slap you.
No, dog, I'm refined, man. I control my temper now. I've done a great job of managing my anger, and so I can bottle up and concentrate most of my negative energy, and just disperse.
Hmm.
But when I lose it, somebody call the cops.
Yeah, everybody be cool tomorrow night at
Right,
7
don't say
Mile
anything to
Casino.
Browner. Take it
Right,
easy with
leave
the
him alone.
average Joes and
Right.
all that stuff.
Yeah, when you start giving Browner a hard time about Otani, or you start giving him the business about average Joe Musgrove, I'm telling you right now, everybody, just remember who you're talking to.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
He'll
this is the
slap
guy.
you down.
This is the
'cause he's
guy
coming
who's
from
on
a
Team
height.
Pham.
Right.
In fact, there should be your new merch. # Team Pham. # Team Jock. I'm with Rock and Jock. I'm with Chris Rock and Jock Pederson. Rock and Jock. Put that weapon away, sir. There are some of us.
We out here.
Yeah.
Some of us.
I like how he's got the weapon near him at all times now on the show.
Distance.
All right, look, we will see you guys tomorrow night at 7 Mile Casino, 7milecasino.com. We're having our big supper club there tomorrow night. Can't wait to visit with everybody and hang out, and we'll catch up to you guys tomorrow. Hey, stick around. Got a lot more we haven't even come close to touching. Is Aaron Donald going to retire? I want to get to that story. Stick around, everybody.
We'll be right back with more of Scott Kaplan and Crew tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio. SoCal Sports Talk.
You're watching Kaplan and Crew tonight, powered by the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio and Your View, featuring the best sports talk in SoCal.
Dominating the SoCal radio airwaves for over 20 years. Join Scott Kaplan, Alex Padilla, and John Browner for Kaplan and Crew every Monday through Friday, 3 to 6 p.m. only on the mightier 1090 ESPN Radio, SoCal Sports Talk, and the mightier1090.com.
Please welcome in tax attorney Adam Brewer. Adam, thanks so much for joining us again on Main Street Living.
Yeah, thank you. Happy to be back.
So, of course, we have more tax questions for you. First of all, what are the types of business entities that business owners can use?
Yeah, I had a feeling you'd ask this question. So this time of year, this is when, business owners probably just got handed a pretty big tax bill. And so naturally, the next question is, how can they save taxes? How can they save on taxes? And so that's where these business entities really, they may come in. So yeah, what we're looking at is corporations or limited liability companies, more commonly called LLCs. So definitely by using either a corporation or an LLC, business owners may be able to really save on taxes. For the most part, when we talk about tax savings, we're looking at like an S Corp election. And so again, an LLC can do that, a corporation can do that. But the net result is you want to save on what's called self-employment tax. So for 2022, a business owner is going to, by default, pay self-employment tax on the first $147,000 of taxable income. So that's 15.3%. By doing an S Corp election, putting yourself on payroll, you can really drive down how much of your income you have to pay that 15.3% at. Beyond the tax savings, it just offers an extra level of protection between the business owner's personal assets, say their home, and their business operation. So, no matter what business you operate, you're going to have some exposure to liability. So an entity like a corporation, like an LLC, it just puts that extra level of protection between the business and then what the owner has on their personal side.
Yeah, well, clearly a plethora of information that you always provide to us, Adam. We appreciate you being on the show. Where can our viewers get in touch with you for more tax help?
Yeah, like always, they can visit my website, triumphovertax.com, or feel free to pick up the phone. You can always give me a call, 619-591-9500.
Main streets are the heart of our communities, where we connect with our neighbors, support local businesses, and share new adventures. Main Street Living celebrates all of this, bringing you uplifting stories with guests from across the country and your community. From our street to your street, Main Street Living, Mondays at 9 on Your View.
Main Street Living celebrates Pride Month in partnership with Subaru of El Cajon, an extraordinary experience for everyone.
Welcome back. This is Scott Kaplan and Crew Tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio. SoCal Sports Talk. Here's Scott Kaplan, John Browner, and Alex Padilla.
All right, great friends. It is a Wednesday afternoon. It's Kaplan and Crew with Grande and the Brown Man. And I'm making a left turn here now, fellas. Okay, I'm going in a slightly different direction for a couple of minutes. So this Friday night, at the Belly Up in Solana Beach, which everybody knows is my favorite music venue in town. Browner, how you like the Belly Up now that you're a veteran out at the Belly Up?
Listen, you already know what time it is. I'm in that place now. I'm in that place.
Yeah.
I digs it.
So Friday night, my friends from the Foo Fighters.
Also, before you go.
Yeah.
Shout out to the security there. Those are good people. They working hard. And they're understanding they don't just throw you out when one thing happens. That's all I'm gonna say.
That sounds like story time later.
Yeah, that sounds like there's more to that.
Yep.
So this Friday night, my friends from the Foo Fighters are playing at the Belly Up, and I'll just say it like this. Look, these guys have become a really big hot commodity. I mean, they go on these crazy tours. Everybody wants tribute bands now. And the Foo Fighters, because of their appearances on television, I mean, they've become like a big deal. They've become like a real touring rock band. I mean, these guys are amazing musicians, don't get me wrong, but I'm just saying, like, the Foo Fighters themselves have become an in-demand sort of a thing. But I'll promise you this, these guys are all locals, so playing the stage at the Belly Up is a big deal, I think. And so, hey, I'd say, guys, let's promote the show on Friday night. I'm going to be down there. Brown, you're invited. I don't know if you want to go.
They what? Oh, I'm invited? I'm in there. What you mean?
Grande, you are more than invited, but I know it's date night for you and Mar Friday night. Maybe you guys want to come up to the Belly Up for a date night.
Honestly, on a normal week, I 100% would do it, but she has family in town from Texas, so I'm caught up unfortunately.
I got you. All right, well, here are the guys from the Foo Fighters. Here's the lead singer, Nick. Here's their lead guitarist, Brent. And let's say good afternoon. Nick, let's start with you, man. How you doing, brother?
I'm good, Scott. How are you been, man?
I am doing great. I saw the social media post you did the other day where you were singing it up and then you were telling everybody, yo, come to the show on Friday night. Are there still tickets available?
I think there's a few left. I hope so. I've still got some people that need to grab them. So, yeah, we're hoping to get close to, we're hoping to sell them all.
Yeah. Hey, Brent, how you doing, man?
Great. Thanks, Scott. It's good to see you guys. And Browner, I saw you at the Music Box last time we played there. So,
That's right.
I know it's rock and roll and maybe not your exact type of music, but we'd love to have you. If you can come down last minute, let me know.
Yeah.
I'll put you on the guest list.
I rock with the
Alex.
the vibe, baby. Y'all vibing. That's what I like to feel.
Yeah. So Nick, I love to tell this story about what you do, because for somebody who plays as many nights as the Foo Fighters do, you have a real job. I mean, you
can probably hear it in the background right now.
Right, you're on the construction site. Can you tell everybody what your day job is?
I am a plumber. I'm a commercial plumber. I build large buildings, and we're starting one right now. I just moved to this site yesterday. So the foreman's kind of like, what? I'm like, dude, I need your computer, man. I got to do this real quick. He's like, all right. I'm literally inside of a mobile mini construction trailer with a makeshift table, and it's really hot in here. I got a fan blowing. That's why I got the Fabio thing going here.
Yeah, dude.
But, and there's a jackhammer and a gigantic piece of equipment right outside the door. So I tried to close the door to cut some of that noise out, but this is the best I can do.
Nick, where are you working right now? Because I mean, I remember you helping build high-rise buildings in downtown San Diego.
Yeah, I just finished a 20-story on Bankers Hill called 6th and Olive. I think it's called 525 Olive. Beautiful. It's the highest point in San Diego. The pool is on the roof, and it's the highest place in San Diego because it's on Bankers Hill. So those are really neat ones. Has a great view. But I am down in Chula Vista starting a new project right now. This is just a big giant commercial building, but I'm only here for a couple of weeks until the next high rise starts.
And how do you manage, like, the day job is, commercial site plumber building these buildings, versus the number of nights that the Foo Fighters are out there playing? How and by the way, you keep yourself in like tip top, lean, mean shape. So just how do you do the balance part of all this?
It's tough. It's getting tough lately. When we first started, it wasn't as bad because we weren't as popular as we are now, but it's getting to be, we have probably 30 or 40 dates this summer, so I'm not really sure how I'm going to pull that off. And I know we go out of town for like the most of the week during the weekdays, but it is what it is. I can leave when I want, but I don't get paid when I'm not here. So if the money's right on the other side, I'll be all right. But the company's okay with it. I've been here a really long time. They know what I do. So when I have to go do what I do, I just go do it.
When I have to go do what I do, I just go do it. Hells to the yeah.
I was trying to show the new ink. I got both arms blasted just like Dave's arms, but it's hard to do it on this format. But
dude, I saw your arms and all these tats on, like I said, on that social media post that you put out the other day. I was like, damn, did he just get like all new ink all over his arms?
Yeah. That's just like Dave's arms. He doesn't have the red anymore on Dave's arms. The red faded out, so he just has that outline right there. But I went old school Dave, so I look like he did about 20, 30 years ago.
All right.
Does business, sorry, Scott.
No, I just want to reintroduce everybody. Hey, for everybody that's listening on radio, Nick and Brent from the Foo Fighters are with us. They're playing Friday night at the Belly Up in Solana Beach. We'll tell you about who else is playing, and we'll also tell you how to get tickets here in a second. Go ahead, Alex. Excuse me.
I was just going to ask, this business pick up because the band is doing something? Like if the band releases a new album, like do then people want you guys more, or like how does that work? I know you guys are great. I've heard you guys many times, but how much of it has to do with what the band is doing still?
I think it's a lot. And unfortunately, in the case of what's going on right now, it's not a positive situation for the band, the Foo Fighters, given the just shocking passing of Taylor Hawkins at age 50, who, if you don't know much about Taylor Hawkins, he's probably the most well-respected current drummer. Some people call him the best. He was the best drummer in the world currently. And it just shocked everybody. And we have delicately tried to figure out on our own, look, is it too early for us to go out there and play the music? Because there are people that are still just mourning this horrible predicament. And most of the people that have reached out to us have told us, guys, music heals, and people want to hear this song. They want to have the opportunity to grieve. And so that's what we're going to provide. This is going to be a celebration. This is going to be a positive thing. It's not going to be a depressing thing. So we're just going to go out and do our best. But, I've got my Taylor Hawkins shirt on. We've got a great lineup on Friday night. I encourage all of you, get on soon, because I just heard from the Belly Up, it's low tickets right now. Meaning that there's not a lot of tickets available? Not a lot of tickets left. We have a 4-pack of seats we'd like to give away today on the show.
Right.
But I'd encourage everybody to get their tickets before Friday, because there's no guarantee when they walk up on Friday there's going to be any tickets available. But we've got a great lineup. We've got the best, no doubt, Gwen Stefani and No Doubt tribute in the country. No doubt. They're fabulous. We have a special tribute we're going to do to Taylor Hawkins that involves both bands. Now, I won't tell you too much, but we're just, excited. It's our home court. It's kind of like a football team being away and then coming home and playing at their home stadium. That's how we feel when we come to San Diego, whether it's the Music Box or Belly Up. These are our hometown fans. So we're going to just bring it. So get ready.
When you get a chance to give back to the audience in a way in celebration like this, like how does that make you guys feel? Because there's gonna be some people teary-eyed when they're hearing this music and reflecting on who he was, and now you guys are there trying to celebrate him and kind of bring him back to life in a sense. What's that like for you guys?
that's what keeps us, when you feel that energy from the crowd in any form, whatever form that energy is, that's what brings me to another level. Like when you asked earlier if a new album comes out, yeah, they want to hear the new album. If if Dave's doing something that is standing out in the crowd, people want to see that, and we try to do that as much as we can. He brings certain people on stage, or he'll do a cover of a certain song, and then we'll do it. We'll kind of mimic that too as well. So we do try to keep up with what the real fans, the Foo Fighter fans, want. And this was something that Taylor used to do. He used to come off of the drum set. And I mean, just currently right here on this tour that they just canceled, he would come off the set, he grabs the mic, Dave goes on the drums, and he would sing, some songs. And that's what we're going to do. That's kind of what we're going to do this Friday. We're going to do a real, honest, solid tribute to Taylor.
Yeah, it's going to be great. Nick and Brent from the Foo Fighters are here. They're playing Friday night at the Belly Up. We've got 4 tickets to give away, and I'll explain how we're going to do that later on. So everybody just stay tuned. But, guys, this Taylor Hawkins thing, it really did get a lot of people. I had saw Taylor Hawkins as a front man at Kaboo. I want to say the summer of 2019, because I had to go back into my phone, right, Brent? I mean, I know.
Yep, on a small side stage.
Totally. And then I will tell you guys that I want to say it was 2018, I think. I saw the Foo Fighters play in Atlanta during a Super Bowl party, and Taylor got off the drum kit and gave the drums to the drummer from Queen. I'm getting goosebumps talking about it. And he sang, I want to say Bohemian Rhapsody. Like he sang a Queen song while the Queen drummer played. And this was a Foo Fighters concert. So wow. Dave really loved Taylor Hawkins. And did you guys happen to see the movie Studio 77? That's what it was called, right? Studio 777, or was it 666? Did you guys see the movie Studio 666?
I took my daughter. It was awesome.
And dude, there's this one scene in the movie, not to spoil it for everybody, but if you haven't seen it by now, you're not going to see it, where, Dave is like killing off band members. That's sort of the comedy of the horror movie. And he takes the cymbal and he throws it at Taylor, hits him like right in the forehead. Taylor's body crumbles, but the cymbal and the forehead stay in the wall. And it was one of the funniest scenes in the entire movie. And then like 3 weeks later, Taylor Hawkins was found dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some.
Yeah.
I know. Crazy, dude.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's
kind of weird the theme they went with that movie, with the scary movie. It was scary and funny, but it was a good movie.
Yeah.
I hadn't put those two together yet, but what a great movie. I enjoyed it, and my daughter enjoyed it as well.
Anybody seen Top Gun yet?
Oh,
yes.
I tried.
Yes.
You
awesome.
tried? You couldn't.
I tried. They were sold out where I was, and it just was selling out every day over the weekend. So I just backed off for a while. I'll catch it next weekend or something.
But Brent, you've seen it?
I saw it at the Lot in La Jolla at a private viewing on Wednesday night, last Wednesday.
Tell this man how great the Lot is. Scott's never been to a Lot. He said.
No, I haven't been to the Lot in La Jolla. I went to AMC in UTC to see this film.
Okay. Well, that's not a bad theater either, but the Lot in La Jolla, I mean, you've got those big, cushy executive seats. You lean back, you order food, cocktails from your seat. It's fabulous. But what do you think of the movie?
I loved it, but I told the guys, I'm like, look, the technology's so much better, so the all the action scenes are so much better, but the storyline's essentially the exact same storyline as the first one. But it wasn't until Alex here posted a YouTube video from when Meg Ryan says to Top Gun, says to Maverick, hey, how about that time you messed around with Penny, whatever her name was, the Admiral's daughter. So I didn't put 2 and 2 together from the first one to the second one, that the love interest is somebody that had been mentioned in the first one. I didn't know that. Did you know that?
I didn't know that. Had no idea. I was wondering who Penny was.
She got mentioned twice in the original movie.
Huh.
Yeah.
See, now I love the movie that much more because they brought something back that went right over my head. But Nick, you're going to know.
Yeah, I heard him talking about it on one of the radio stations. They were talking about that particular thing of how they were recalling some things from the original movie.
Yeah, I think somebody here called it an Easter egg. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Alex, yesterday.
That's right. That's right.
So Scott, when I saw the movie at this private showing, they had hired a Tom Cruise
Oh
impersonator.
yeah, that guy's cool.
That dude has been everywhere, man.
Yeah,
I'll
I've
send you
seen
a
it.
picture of this guy. I mean, I literally walked in the room. I looked over and my jaw dropped. I go, "That's Tom Cruise." He looks so much like Tom Cruise. I couldn't believe it. I go, "I got to talk to this guy." So turns out Nick has a story about this guy. He sang music.
Yeah, he gets hired for these events. We had a yacht rock gig down by the water, and it was a big corporate thing, and we were performing on stage, and he walks in and he's wearing that like white, the Top Gun graduation, military outfit, and he looks exactly like Tom. But the thing that's cool about him is he's a character. He's into it. He does all the signature moves that Tom does, where he leans back and gives you that smile. And he was into it. He came on stage and sang with us. The guy's he's just a fun guy. And from what I understand, he gets paid very well to do that.
Right. Well, listen, you know the number of people that have had pictures at Petco Park, like Tom Cruise is at Petco Park, man. This is awesome. It was that guy.
It was that guy.
It's that dude. Hey, so back to this show Friday night, Belly Up. You have No Duh, which is a No Doubt tribute band, and they're great. I've seen them perform and open for you guys in the past. Then the Foo Fighters with a special tribute to Taylor Hawkins. All of this is happening Friday night, Belly Up. Do you guys know what time No Duh goes on the stage?
9:00.
Okay, 9. And then what time do you guys hit the stage?
10:30.
Oh, man, what a night. Guys, you have no idea. Listen to this. Friday night, my daughter's graduating high school.
Heard that.
She is going on some like high school boat hornblower trip in downtown San Diego. And I'm like, yes, I'm going to see the Foo Fighters at the Belly Up. And I got my buddies coming with me. My girlfriend's coming. I reserved a table on the side, so stage left. Nick, when you're looking out there, I'm going to be like pointing at you and singing every song with you, man.
Got it. I'll be looking for you.
Dude, I just love it, man. I am so excited for you guys to be playing the Belly Up this Friday night. And thanks for giving us 4 tickets for our audience. We'll give them away.
Absolutely. Thanks so much for having us, Scott, you guys.
Dude, Nick, this summer, guys, we're going back to Del Mar, and we're doing what we did the last time we went. We raided the place, man. We walked in, we placed a bet. Our horse won. We collected our cash, and out we went.
I'm in. I am in.
We're going back.
Story of all time. Only time I've ever won. With you. I lose every time. So.
Yeah, thank you so much. I won like $500 or something. That was great.
Fellas, we'll see you Friday night at the Belly Up. Nick, I know you got to go back to work. Brent, you look like you're chilling right now.
Yeah, working hard. I work hard. I'm going to do the show, though, Friday.
Tell you what, he works hard swimming in that cove in La Jolla. I can see those guns, man. You're looking fit.
Woo. Thank you.
Guys, we'll see you on stage Friday night at the Belly Up. Thanks for doing this.
Thanks so much for having us, guys. We really appreciate it. We'll see you there.
Man, I love those guys. We were one afternoon, we met at the Brigantine for lunch. I said, guys, I've got a horse that's running over at Del Mar. You guys want to come? They're like, yeah, sure. We all jumped in my car. We drove in, parked at Joe at the valet, walked in, all placed a bet on the horse. And I remember saying to Nick, I'm like, Nick, are you sure you want to put that much money on the horse? I'm like, hey, he's a plumber. I don't know what kind of money these guys make. I didn't want him to lose a bunch of money. Brent's in commercial real estate. He got, he's pretty good. And Nick's like, yeah, I do. So he put his money down. We all watched the race. The horse won. I'm telling you, the horse was like 10-1. We all collected our cash, got back in the car, drove back to the Brigantine, had another beer. It was all in and out in 30 minutes. And these guys thought it was the greatest thing ever. And it was. It was a great time.
Very cool.
Yeah. Hey, man, nothing beats winning, man.
Browner, I'm so psyched you're going to come Friday night.
Yeah, man, I'm down, dude. They were vibing last time I saw them at a Music Box, man. So why not?
Alex, I mean, I know that you got a bunch of family in from Texas, but if there's a way to sneak away, man.
No, if there's a way, I'll let you guys know, because I want to see a concert at the Belly Up, which I've never done.
Yeah.
So
You'll
I
be
really want to
impressed.
go see a show there.
It's awesome.
I mean, it looked awesome. It was a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be. Too,
Yeah,
when we
me
went there
too.
for lunch.
And dude, and it's the kind of place where we're going to just be pounding beers. All the bartenders know your name. I mean, it's my local Cheers, man. It's my favorite place to go. Shout out to my man Phil, my man Steve, my man Jeff, and everybody. My man Steve, second Steve, big Steve, all at the Belly Up. Hey guys, real quick before we hit this break, coming up, Alex, what is are we getting to some San Diego State stuff and Gary
Yes.
Cooper on the way? Okay, good. Before I get there, though, I want to say to everybody, remember, Egg Fest is happening on June 12th. So this is West Coast BBQ Shop, 2330 Proctor Valley Road, Chula Vista, where Nick was just saying he's building a new building. Brian Bushfield takes over the entire parking lot, and he brings out 40 brand new Big Green eggs, and he brings in 20 competitive chefs. These are guys that literally travel all over competing with their pork ribs and their tri-tip and their salmon and all these exotic things that they cook. We're going to all be going through and watching the chefs prepare these different foods, and then we're just going to be eating all afternoon, and it's going to be great. Save your money, though, by going to westcoastbbqshop.com and using our promo code Kaplan5. You'll save $5 off of Egg Fest, and I'll see you guys all down there because this is not this Sunday, but the following Sunday. The whole mishpucha is coming, man. We're all coming. We're all going to have a great time. Looking forward to it. Yeah, I made a tri-tip on Sunday night. I grilled it, and I did what, I always kind of do, like 7 minutes on one side, 7 minutes on another, and then like 15 minutes per side with no heat. And it was good. It was very good, but I definitely undercooked some of it. I'd rather undercook than overcook, though, because I can
for those kinds of meats, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah. So this is why it's so great, though, because if you're like me and you I'm terrible at cooking a steak on a grill, terrible. Okay, but you want to learn how? You want to get the advice of professional chefs? You want to eat all afternoon? Come on down, westcoastbbqshop.com. Use our promo code Kaplan5. You'll save $5. Egg Fest is June 12th, and I'll see you guys all down there. We're doing a lot down in Chula Vista all of a sudden. We're doing a lot south of the 8, Alex. I know that makes you happy.
Yeah, closer for me.
Well, hey, and it's closer to the new Aztec football stadium, which is something I want to talk about coming right back, and a big transfer that San Diego State is about to get. Stick around. We're in the 7 Mile Casino studios.
I'm tax attorney Adam Brewer. If you have a serious tax problem with the IRS or state of California, then you don't need a tax relief company. You need a tax attorney. Call or visit my website to schedule your free tax evaluation.
You're watching Kaplan and Crew tonight, powered by the mightier 1090 AM, ESPN Radio, and Your View, featuring the best sports talk in SoCal.
Rome comes home. Yes, I said it. You can now catch the Jim Rome Show Monday through Friday, noon until 3 p.m. on the mightier 1090 ESPN Radio. Back to San Diego, where it all started, on the mightier 1090 ESPN Radio, SoCal Sports Talk.
I'm tax attorney Adam Brewer. If you have a serious tax problem with the IRS or state of California, then you don't need a tax relief company. You need a tax attorney. Call or visit my website to schedule your free tax evaluation.
Please welcome 4 of the 5 San Diego County Teachers of the Year from the 2021-2022 school year. From Central Elementary School, Laura Reyes. From Westfield High School, Tiffany Jokers. From San Jose Elementary School, Jacqueline Jordan. And from St. Joe Chavez Middle School, Todd Sanders. Teachers, please deliver the pitch. San Diego County Teachers of the Year with their honorary pitch.
I thought I was okay. I had a degree, I had work experience. I should be able to provide for my kids. But they're just things that you don't plan on in life.
My husband got laid off, and we are a family of 5.
My mom was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer. I would ask the doctors, what can I do? And they would just say, just make sure she's eating. Our lives just changed completely. Thank God that we always had a plate of food.
I'm tax attorney Adam Brewer. If you have a serious tax problem with the IRS or state of California, then you don't need a tax relief company, you need a tax attorney. Call or visit my website to schedule your free tax evaluation.
Listen to the Mike Greenberg Show, 7 to 9 a.m. Pacific, Monday through Friday. Greeny brings his unmatched depth of sports knowledge, fun, and entertainment back to ESPN on a daily basis. The Mightier 1090 ESPN Radio, SoCal Sports Talk, and the Mightier1090.com.
Here's Kaplan and Crew tonight's 60-second timeout with Haley Stasiak.
The San Diego Loyal had a draw against the LA Galaxy 2 last weekend. Charlie Vassell and Kyle Adams scored in the first half for the Loyal, but it wouldn't be enough for a win. Vassell has now scored 8 goals this season, which leads the USL Championship League. It was Adams' second goal of the year. San Diego wasn't able to hold off the Los Dos as LA was able to score 2 goals in stoppage time to bring the match to a draw at 2-2. In the draw, Tumi Moshebain had his 5th assist of the season, putting him just 1 assist behind the leader in the USL Championship. The Loyals still sit at 3rd in the Western Conference behind the Colorado Springs Switchbacks in 2nd and San Antonio FC in 1st. San Diego is in New York for a match against the New York Red Bulls on Thursday, wrapping up their 3-match road trip. That's your 60-second timeout. Now back to more Kaplan and Crew tonight.
Kaplan and Crew tonight's 60-second timeout is presented by Your View. You're watching Kaplan and Crew tonight, powered by the Mightier 1090 AM, ESPN Radio, and Your View, featuring the best sports talk in SoCal.
What's going on to all the great friends that watch the show on television here on Cox Your View? What you're about to see will never be heard on radio, won't be seen on YouTube, no audio podcast. This is just for you here on Cox Your View. All right, to all our great friends that are watching on Cox Your View, this is exclusive, man. You will only see this here on Cox, and you're not going to hear it on 1090. You're not going to see it on YouTube. It's only here on Cox Your View. My friend Brian Bushfield is the premier barbecue store in all of San Diego County, which is why people travel from all over the place to come see him down in Chula Vista. He sells more Big Green eggs and more Napoleon grills and more Italian pizza ovens than anybody on the planet. But he's got a really big event coming up. It's June 12th. It's called Egg Fest. We're all going to be there on Sunday, June 12th. We're going to eat everything in sight. We're going to learn from the best chefs in the world. Here's Brian Bushfield down inside of his store, West Coast BBQ Shop in Chula Vista. Bri, how you doing, man? You ready for Egg Fest or what?
Doing great, getting all ready. Going to be an exciting day, Egg Fest, June 12th. We got Chef David Rose coming down. He's going to do a tomahawk class. He's going to do a pork chop or a lamb class. And we're going to have 20 other chefs out here cooking in the parking lot, having a great time, teaching what they know. And you can come and sample the food and learn how to cook it at your house.
Well, I think that's the thing, Bri, is that I know I just come down because I want to eat everything, you know, but a lot of people do come down because this is what, our 3rd or 4th Egg Fest we've done?
This will be our 4th.
Yeah. And people will come down and they'll literally sit there and listen to the chefs explain and teach, because so many people are so passionate about the way they use the Big Green Egg in particular. So just if you could tell everybody a little bit about, you know, what they're going to get the day of Egg Fest.
So the day of Egg Fest, with your ticket, you get to come in, you get to enjoy 4 classes that we'll have going on, along with whatever the 20 chefs are preparing. Anything from moink balls, which is bacon wrapped meatballs, to pulled pork, to tri-tip. Whole bunch of Wagyu will be out there being sampled, tri-tip. If you're not sure that you like something, this is a great event. Come out, taste it. You see it there, you taste it, and you're going to be like, yes, it's worth cooking at my house.
Right. Hey, I'm curious. We always kind of brag about how much fun it is because it's kind of like a big tailgate party. You know, you take over the parking lot there in the shopping center, 2330 Proctor Valley Road, and you bring out all these eggs and you've got all these, you know, championship caliber chefs. But one of the best parts about it is if people want to buy the hardware, there are amazing deals that day. Can you just talk us through that?
Correct. So right now we are pre-selling the eggs. We're going to have 40 eggs that these chefs are using. So we're pre-selling the eggs. Best price you'll ever get on a Big Green Egg. Larges are $300 off. Extra larges are $400 off. And Big Green Egg will be running a ton of sales in their parking lot. And it's the only time Green Egg stuff goes on sale.
Yeah, I know so many people, like I said, they love it, man. They love to prepare food on the Big Green Egg. They like to, I don't know, smoke stuff. They like to slow cook stuff. I love it myself. I've had a Big Green Egg now for a couple of years. And like sometimes I just want to use it as a grill. Like I just want to grill up a couple of burgers and I heat it up real quickly. And other times, you know, because I'll wind up calling you, hey, I'm about to make a tri-tip, man, here. Give me some advice. What do I do? This is the stuff you learn the day of Egg Fest.
Right. On Big Green Egg says the Big Green Egg is the ultimate cooking machine. And I believe that you can control it from 250 all the way up to 800. So you can do your pizzas, cheesecake, use it as a regular grill, and go low and slow for your brisket and your pork shoulders.
Yeah.
And anything in between.
So what time does Egg Fest start on June 12th?
Egg Fest starts at 10 o'clock to the public, and it will be going until 3 o'clock.
Okay, so we got a 5-hour window. Now, as far as tickets are concerned, I know they're selling quickly, and this is going to be for people that are watching on TV on Cox Your View. So whether they're listening and watching in San Diego all the way up to Santa Barbara, how should people get tickets?
Either come in the shop or go to West Coast Barbecue shop.com and also type in Kaplan 5 to save $5 off your tickets.
Okay. Now, do we have a lot remaining? Or are we kind of getting close to a sellout here? I mean, I've been telling everybody, you better hurry up because I'm a terrible procrastinator. So I know other people are as well. In other words, what I'm getting at is on June 12th, if people showed up, you think there's going to be space or should everybody be buying tickets in advance?
At this rate, I wouldn't take a chance. I would be buying my ticket now. If that date's open, buy your ticket now.
WestCoastBBQShop.com, WestCoastBBQShop.com. Use our promo code Kaplan5. My last name, Kaplan. You can see it right back here. Kaplan5. You'll save $5 on every ticket. Me, Alex, Browner will all be down there. You'll meet up with Brian. So many of our great friends, listeners will be down there as well. So it's Sunday, June 12th, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. World-class chefs, 40 Big Green Eggs. We're going to eat all day long, and you can save a ton of money on the Big Green Egg products. All you have to do is go to westcoastbbqshop.com. And this is what is going on in San Diego, and you're seeing it exclusively on Cox.
We are very proud to announce that the Mightier 1090 is SoCal's newest ESPN affiliate. Introducing the Mightier 1090 ESPN Radio. One of the largest radio stations in North America just got bigger and better. Joining forces with the worldwide leader of sports, ESPN. The Mightier 1090 ESPN Radio.
I'm tax attorney Adam Brewer. If you have a serious tax problem with the IRS or state of California, then you don't need a tax relief company. You need a tax attorney. Call or visit my website to schedule your free tax evaluation.
What keeps me coming back is just learning more about myself in the classroom, and as I learn more about myself, I can share more about myself with my students, and I can open up more and care more and love more and teach more by example.
Teaching is just one of those things that if you have a heart for it, you've found your place, and I have found my place. I get to help little people realize what it means to learn something for the first time, and that's something like reading that will be with them for the rest of their lives.
Still a little bit overwhelmed, maybe a little bit surprised. You know, you don't go into teaching for awards, you go into teaching because you sincerely believe you can make a difference in young people's lives, and that's kind of what got me into the field in the first place.
We use our phones to order our food, catch a ride, share our stories, and so much more. SDCCU made banking from your mobile device easy, too. You can do so much. Get up-to-date account balances, check on pending deposits, transfer money, deposit checks, and more. Safely and securely all through the convenience of your smartphone. SDCCU. It's not big bank banking, it's better.
Thank you for joining us. Catch Scott Kaplan and crew tonight from 7 to 8 p.m. Pacific every Monday through Friday. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and crew show on the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio, SoCal Sports Talk.
My name is Charles. 12 years ago, I was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes.